So, do you think both are the same, temptation and tests? So when I started studying on this, I could see the difference between those two. So, do you think that God tempts us? So, the answer to that is in James 1 12 to 14, where it says, "Blessed is the man who endures temptation, for when he has been approved, he will receive the crown of life which God has promised to those who love him. Let no one say when he is tempted, I am tempted by God. For God cannot be tempted by evil, not as he himself tempt anyone. But each one is tempted when he is drawn away by his own desires and enticed." So, so it's a man's free will to be tempted, and God does not tempt. So that's clear from this particular verse. So a question might come up where Job was being tempted by God. So I would uh, I would like to ask each one of you to go and read the beginning chapters of Job. It's a clear. I mean, it's very clear there, like the conversation between the devil and God, like who exactly tempts and who exactly tests Job. And when it comes to testing, we can read that from Malachi 3 2 to 3. But who can endure the day of his coming? And who can stand when he appears? For he is like the refiner's fire and like launderer's soap. He will sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver. He will purify the sons of Levi and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer to the Lord an offering of righteousness. So basically, here we see that he will purge and purify the sons of Levi. So the sons of Levi are mostly who are always with God and who are set apart for God. And if you see, they're not I mean, like new. They've not known God newly. I mean, they have been and known God, and they know what to do in when it comes. So we are the people, like we stand as priests as well here in this place. So it is we who will be tested. And so in the Bible we can see the examples of Joseph, and where he's been tested various times even before he could meet his brothers in Egypt. There are a lot of things he went through, the tests. One could be the pit, and one the Potiphar's house, the jail, the famine, and all of this. Why does God put us into tests? So if you see Joseph's life itself, like in Potiphar's house, and the way he's put into test, he's put into the jail. So there, even in the jail, he's like basically managing people, and and then he's upgraded to the Potiphar's house. Even there, he gets to manage people and everything. And even in the famine, he's been put to test as how well he could manage the resources of that house. So various tests could come in our lives as well. So what we can take from this Joseph's life is that the way God put him in tests so that he could learn how to manage the resources, how to manage the people. So in nowadays we call it like product and people management. So people puts us into test to basically to train us on all these things. And yeah, and and in the New Testament, in Matthew 7:24 to 27, we know about the wise and the foolish builders. So the test comes to the foundation, and it comes in three different ways. That is rain, wind, and flood. So the rain represents the blessings which God could give, and the wind of doctrine which comes to us, and flood mostly comes to judge us. And yeah, the rain will test our foundations, and if we fail to manage or contain that blessing which God gives us, I mean, we have failed there. So that could be one of the tests we could receive. And the wind of doctrine. So we could easily get swayed away by various doctrines which are around us. So it is a foundation which is to be strong here, and if it's weak, we'll fall there. And flood, it comes to judge um, your diligence and how timely are you, uh, and how in what integrity you render your tithes and first fruits. In all of these structures, God will come to judge you. So that is the flood kind of a test which you would receive. So even in all these tests, even though if each of us, like, we'll be like pros in passing, like if we could be we could pass all of these tests, we should always maintain the structure. We should not let go of it. We should always keep it, and we should be faithful. We should be faithful to the word. We should be faithful to the set man, and we are called to be more mature in this particular season. So so if you see the tests, it's mostly come to the sons of Levi, who are more mature. So we being mature, so we should be in a place that um, like we should pray always, like to see, like to foresee, like, and so that we might see that our eyes are not blocked to see all of this, what is ahead of us and things like that. Yeah, that is what I wanted to. Thank you.